Hey guys, it's Jimmy Bremner and Dexter the boy up CTOA. We're on the urban trail, and my goodness, it's cold here in the 416 today. And so I walked in, have my winter whites on now to show you that in the bush, all you need are the bottoms because everything above your waist is it's tree line, right? So you don't have to do that. Next week, I'm happy to say, I'll be in Las Vegas at the SHOT Show, and it's going to be warm, and I'm looking so forward to that. Again, if you're down there, you know how to get a hold of me on email, and you know how to get a hold of me if you want to have lunch or walk the show. I'm happy to do that with you. Some exciting things. The new our new CTOA swag has come in. Our ball hats are amazing. Again, we have our jackets under bowler gear. They're a spring-fall jacket. You know the jacket I'm talking about. I wear it today to show you, but it's just too cold, so I can't do that. But we have in our new amazing CTOA ball hats. They're a one-size-fits-all, coyote and black. And got to tell you, I think they're pretty cool. So what am I going to talk about today? I'm going to do this quick, fast, in a hurry. But you know what? The other day, and again, I'm still traveling light, okay? Because like I said, I hurt my ribs, and it's been about a week and a half, and it still hurts quite a bit. So I showed you my mini tin last time that I carried with me. I can get by with this. And you said, well, you've got like a mini multi-tool in there, a Gerber mini multi-tool, but you don't have a fixed blade. Actually, I did, and I forgot to show it to you. I do. Okay, it's like a neck knife, all right. And I don't actually wear neck knives, and I'll explain why. You don't want anything around your neck, especially when you're in the bush, because there's a good chance, you can hang yourself. I'm going to be straightforward with you. If you put anything around your neck, you should have like a small chain that can break if your weight gets on it. It should have those fasteners. Hang on a second. Those fasteners, like on this mitt here, okay, that you don't put a knot through, you just put the ends through, and it'll pull through if your weight gets on top of that. If I wear, I'll demonstrate this. Okay, so you'll see me sometimes, I don't know if you can see it, but when I have my leash with Dexter, just seen another dog here. Hang on, stand by. Dex, oh, here he comes. I don't wear it this way, okay? I wear things like this because this way I can't get into trouble. So even if I wore a neck knife, it would be in this fashion with an arm underneath it, like you wear a sling, right? And that's how I would do that. So be aware of those things. And when, you know what, here's another thing. When you wear something like this, when you move forward, it hangs out in front of you, it gets in the way. It can be a bit of a pain in the backside. So I try not to do that. So now that said, back in the day, sometimes you would wear, a sling around her neck because I was trained to be equally as efficient on my strong and other side, okay? So right, left, equally the same. You can take most advantage of cover, and you can bump, your firearm if you need to, if it's in the middle, but it's not for everybody, and you have to understand what, condition your hand is. So that said, I'm going to talk about something I find interesting. Um, there's a lot of gimmicks and goofy stuff, out there on the internet, and I'm going to show you some right now. Probably the most famous one is this kind of survival, Rambo kind of thing, and they're just goofy because you can't sharpen them, you can't saw anything, you can't cut wire with it. It has like rubber bands so you can make a slingshot. It has a sharpening stone, actually that's not bad. And it has like stuff in the handle, like fish hooks and things like that. But quite honestly, they're pretty goofy. Probably got this when I was a teenager. And they'll break so fast because the handle is hollow. And but again, it's a gimmick, and you should stay away from that. Another thing is, stand by. These really cheap multi-tools, okay? They're like $7 at your Walmart or place like that. And you know what? If they were made out of good tool steel, they'd actually be a great tool. If they had a pocket clip, they'd be a great tool. But as they are, you can get by with it, but not the best. Probably another one that I like is this one. I came across here. So when you have kids, right, you want to invite them into the world of bushcraft and, outdoors and things like that. And this was made by a company called Trade. They actually make a pretty good knife nowadays, a pretty good multi-tool. But this was a pretty cool thing that my kids could put on their belt, right? And it has a pretty good compass on it. It has a reflective mirror for signaling. It has your saw, your cutting blade, your saw, your scissors, your saw, your can opener, bottle opener, a couple screwdrivers, and of course a corkscrew there. And it has a little LED. I don't know if you can see it. It's red. And in the back of it, I don't know if I can open it. I'll do my best here. Hands are cold. You can stow a lighter away, so you got your fire building there. It's actually not a bad little idea. It's actually pretty functional, but more for, your 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kind of skeptics kind of thing. And here's one from way back in the day. This was actually when I was a kid. I'm talking 60s, okay? And I had this, and it has actually a pretty good, little bush knife. It's carbon steel, and you can get a bit of an edge on it. It does have a fork and spoon. I can't find the spoon right now, but I do have it. And it has a tiny little hatchet in it with a wire cutter and a screwdriver in the end. And it's pretty cool. And they gave it to my kids as they got older. But that was like normal stuff way back in the day. It's pretty cool, So, now let's talk about modern day. Okay, so somebody sent me, stand by, I got a lot of stuff on. This is like half of a Gerber, and it has a locking blade. And I thought, this is pretty cool. It's a pocket clip that I love. It has a robust pair of scissors on it. On the back side, it has a serrated blade, can opener, bottle opener, and a saw. And I thought, that'd be pretty cool, right? But you know what it doesn't have? It doesn't have a screwdriver, Phillips, or a flathead. Because, you know what? you might not think in the bush you would need a screwdriver. But if you got your, you know, your jet boil stove, if you've got, you know, some optics, you know, you might have perhaps you're out hunting, you have a firearm, you may need a screwdriver of some type. So I go back to the Swiss Army, okay, because it has those things. It has, you know, my main blade. It has the other very sharp small blade. It has the saw for it. Has your, you know, your wine opener, okay, and your mini eyeglass screwdriver. There's a toothpick, has tweezers, and I believe this one is called the Huntsman, and it's a really cool knife. Problem is, no locking blade and no pocket clip. Now I know there's a pocket clip that you can buy, but it's like half the price of the knife itself, so I'm not sure I'm going to do that. But, you know, Swiss Army, if you're listening, pocket clip. And here's the same idea, but this is more, it's more for going into the office and, like, you know, like a businessman's kind of tool. It's exactly the same as the Huntsman, but in its place of the saw, it has a very small pair of actually very good quality pliers. And so, you know, if I'm in the office and that type of thing, in my briefcase, I carry this. And when I'm out in the bush, when I'm traveling light, I carry the Huntsman because, like I said, right now I can't carry weight. So Dexter just brought me a stick. But let me show you something else. Dexter, I'm here. Dexter in his, I know you can't really see him here, but in his pack, Dexter also carries. Come here, buddy. Come here. A survival mini tin. So if I lose everything, my boy's here to look after me. Like I said, go on the CTOA store. The hats are in, the jackets are in. There's more to come. If you're at SHOT Show, please hook up with me. I'd love to sit down and talk with you and, you know, see how we can move things forward. So it's Jimmy Bremner and Dexter the boy on the Urban Trail, CTOA, and we're out.